Alright, not a lot of progress to report, but what I went ahead and did was I welded up all of the scarring from the rotor broaches where I drilled out my spot welds so that I have a nice smooth area to weld back to, and some of the areas that were compromised by the rotor broach are now welded up solid. And I also drilled out the sides of the frame rails, and I'll be putting some plating in all the way up so that it'll be a good place to I'll rosette weld through here, and that'll give me something to attach over here to this area of the front clip over here on the opposing side. The plating will be behind there. It'll actually be more like that. Anyways, it'll slip out on there, and then I'll be able to rosette weld along here. And that just gives me a good solid backer and double thickness so that I can lay a good bead of weld around the entire frame rail without it blowing through and so forth and it being weak. So it's be double plated. It's a good mend. But I went ahead and media blasted. Basically shoved this thing outside and just did a little rough sandblasting to put a little tooth in the surface, not really down to bare metal. It's just taking the gloss off of the metal, the paint that was there, and then taking the rust and so forth and treating all this and putting some weld through primer on the underside of both sides over here where we're going to be welding up over against the firewall. But I'm just getting rid of some of the loose scale and so forth, and knocking out some of the dirt where I couldn't get it with the degreaser and the water and so forth. So there were little inside crooks of everything. The dirt was all captured in there. It's also able to take it and tip it back so that I could get underneath of the areas in there and so forth, and get rid of the stubborn stuff that's, like I said, in all the nooks and crannies. Just give it a general cleaning so when I get it back and weld it up to the car over there, I'll be ready to just put some of the trim paint on there, paint it out all black and so forth. So anyway, speaking of media blasting, so I went to Harbor Freight, and for $20 there's a little top loader here. At first it didn't work, but there's a little rubber gasket in there. I took it apart and it was stuffed in the hole for some reason or other. Straightened it out, put it back together. It works pretty good. Like I said, it's not the greatest in the world, but it won't take it down to the bare metal like a good media blaster. But it knocked off the loose chunks over here and got rid of the dirt and the crevices all around here, which is all I was really looking for it to do. So for $20, you can't miss with that. Anyway, that's the update on this piece.